Hello there, Larry here, and welcome back to another video where I'm going to do a comparison of the different nib sizes that I have of the Lamy fountain pens. Lamy is an exciting fountain pen for me. I really do like the Lamy fountain pen, and I'm going to start trying to acquire other Lamy fountain pens as well. Lamy just works great for me. It's a great pen for me. What else can I say? So anyway, let me introduce the pen that I will be using, and I'll tell you about the nibs. First of all, I'm just going to dip the nibs into the ink, okay? Because I don't want to go through all the hassle of cleaning them all out. But it's going to be in the Sapphire, Monteverde Sapphire ink. All right. So the first one's going to be now these are all of my Lamys that I have presently. So I have the Lamy Safari Extra Fine. I have the All-Star Fine, Safari Fine, All-Star Medium, All-Star Oblique Medium. Safari is going to be a broad, and then the Safari again is going to be the oblique broad, and this is going to be the Avion. I'm sorry, the Aeon medium. Yeah, medium. In fact, I just did a review on that. Very lovely pen. And this is the Lamy 2000 with a medium 14K nib, the Dialogue 3 with a fine 14K nib, and the Joy 1.5. The nibs come in extra fine, fine, medium, broad, left-handed, 1.1 stub, 1.5, and 1.9 stub. And they cost $14 each, and they come in silver and black. So a little bit for just about anybody that likes different size nibs, likes tri-knot nibs, and, at an affordable rate. So that's a fun thing about these pens. They're easy to change out, and it's just a lot of fun, at least for me, to change out the nibs or to have different nibs and to use different styles of nibs when I write. For me, it breaks the boredom of just one nib, and there's nothing wrong with that by no means. So here we go. I'm going to dip, and we're going to do a little writing with the nibs. So get comfortable, join with me, and let's enjoy our time with Lamy, right? Lamy is the German-made pen in Germany, and I do think they do a really good job making their pens. So here we go, a little dip. Make sure I get enough in the pen. So here we go. And this is the Lamy Safari Extra Fine. Okay. And the next one's going to be the Lamy All-Star. And this one is the Fine. And there's one line down with a cross. Okay. And then we'll talk about the nib sizes in a minute when I get done. And this is the Safari. And make sure it's the right one here. This is the Safari Fine. I went ahead and just did it because I had it on hand, so I'm just going to do all that I have today, presently. And the All-Star with the medium coming up. And make sure it is a medium. Yes, sir. It is a medium. medium nib. Inky fingers. And another all-star. Lamy all-star. And this should be the oblique medium. Oblique medium nib, okay? You with me? All right. And the Lamy Safari, this is going to be the broad. With a broad nib. And then the next one is going to be the Safari with the oblique broad nib. Yeah, they really write very nice. I really enjoy them. And of course the
Aeon.
medium nib, and I just threw that in. And the workhorse, Lamy 2000, front and center. Lamy 2000 with a 14K medium nib. Medium nib. We're getting on down the line here. And then the Lamy Dialogue. Almost dropped that one. 3 with a 14K fine nib. And last but not least, the Lamy Joy with a 1.5. Get that ink in there. Beautiful. 1.5. Okay. Let me cover up this pen. Hopefully I'll have enough ink in these pens that I don't have to keep that cap off the bottle. All right, so here we go. So, as you can see, the different line variations, there's not really a whole lot of difference between the fine and the extra fine. On the medium, between the medium and fine, there is some difference on the line variation, as you can see. Not a lot, but there is. On the oblique medium, there is a bit more line variation than the medium. Now, on the broad nib, a bit more, always just a little bit more than the previous one, I found out. They're not exactly the same, but they do have a little bit of line variation that you can tell, at least I can. Then when you get to the oblique broad nib, there is definitely a very pronounced line variation I can see there. And the
Aeon.
Thank you, Mr. Announcer. Very good. I bet you're excited, aren't
Yes.
you? I know. I can tell your enthusiasm. Ta-da, ta-da, bell ring, bell ring. Nope. The bell ring doesn't ring today, does it? Ding! Teacher, teacher, I declare. Okay. The Aeon has a medium, and it in there with the other medium, so they're about the same. You got a little bit more of a width variation that I'll go over with more on the Aeon, though. The Lamy 2000 and the Dialogue 3, this is a fine. So there is a big difference there. And I didn't do my stroke on the 1.5. Yes, sir. All right. Now, there we go. So let's just do some writing on some of these pens. If I can get everything going on here. But the extra fine. All right. And for an extra fine, this does have a bit of wetness, which I do like a lot. It's really a very nice nib. I really enjoy that extra fine. And I'm a person that doesn't like extra fine or fine nibs, but I'm starting to feel it. I guess, I love fountain pens so much that there's just some pens that I didn't like that I'm starting to like. And here's the All-Star. And this is the All-Star with a fine nib. Okay. And Safari Red, okay. But they all write really nice. I have no complaints on any of the pens. All right, now this one is a medium nib. All right, time to change it up. Now this is going to be the All-Star. With an oblique medium. It's just about out of ink. Now this is the only pen that it has a bit of feedback, but in a good way. It's not scratching. All right. Make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be. The Safari, which I'm getting ink everywhere. Thank you very much. With a broad nib. All right. And that was the broad. Not this nib. And here's the Safari with the oblique. With the oblique broad. As we move along, hopefully there's enough ink in this aeon to finish it up. This has a medium dip, okay? And a few little swirls. And witness. Now we're going for the Lamy 2000. Very nice pen. Really a very nice pen. I really do enjoy using it. Nice one. And the one and only Dialogue 3. And I really enjoy this fine nib. With a 14K fine nib. Okay. nice and wet. And last but not least, the Lamy Joy with a big 1.5. It really does lay down the ink. Well, there you have it. I believe I have all the nibs except the 1.9, which I need to get. But I do need to, little by little, start adding to my collection of the Lamy fountain pens. The Lux, I've been on my wish list for a few years now. Inky fingers. But to the people that are looking for an affordable fountain pen and that is just about to come out of the stage where you've been testing and trying pens and you found that you're ready to start venturing out and exploring, you know, the Lamy might be a good pen for you to start with. Just remember about the section has that grip on it, which I really, really like, and there's people that don't like it. They will testify to you that it's a horrible grip, and that's cool. But I've said many, many times we all made differently, so we all have different likes and dislikes, and so I understand where they're coming from, but on my end, I really do like the Lamy. Now, you won't have that problem on the grips with the Aeon, with the Lamy Dialogue or the 2000. They don't have those types of grips as the Joy and the rest of them do that I have in my possession at this time. But I hope this helps you folks in wondering what the different nib sizes look like. Is there a big, huge difference? Not a big difference, but if you're actually using them, you can tell the difference. I think it's harder to see that on camera than it is when you're actually using the pen. There's not a whole lot of difference, but like I say, between the extra fine and even the medium and fine. But when you get to that oblique medium, oblique broad, you're going to start seeing some different line variations. You know, not major, but enough to show that you're using a different nib size. Easy to change out the nibs. The nibs cost about $14. They come in silver or black. It doesn't take but a piece of Scotch tape to take your nib off. I've done a video on that as well. You can have a lot of fun just with one pen. If you're on a major budget, just buy yourself some different nibs if you do like the pen, and just change out from time to time and just have a field day using your Lamy. But I hope you enjoyed the Lamy nib comparison. I know I always do enjoy it, and I use them. For me, it's just a joy to use the different nib sizes. I have a lot of fun doing this. And you know, I'm a collector, I'm a reviewer, I'm a user. So, they come to the right person. Me. Me, 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 me. Folks, thanks for joining me. I hope I didn't keep you too long from your TV shows. So, be safe, my friends, and remember, do not text and drive. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.